Hello everyone. I am back. I just did the part 2 video of working with napkins and I had a little trouble with this one and I put it to the side. So I have been looking at it and I think I have a plan of attack and I thought you might want to see. So this is where I am going to place the magazine image, and this is where I am going to have my little llamas looking on the page here. Alright, so I want to make sure that I have this image exactly here, so I am just going to put a pencil line there and a pencil line here so I know where to put it, because it needs to be underneath everything. I need to put it on first. I got to remember exactly how this looks. I am putting him up here, him over here, him over here, and him. I don't want him to go too far. I'll put him over here for now. Alright, so let me glue this image down. I definitely want it underneath everything else. Chunk of glue there. Let's not let that go to waste. All right. Line it up with the pencil marks I made so it is exactly where I want it. Right there. And burnish it down without any air bubbles or wrinkles. Let me get it over the ditch. Get it down. All right. The next part I want to do is this guy. All right, so I cut out his ears, and I actually cut further down that I wanted to. It's a good thing I didn't cut it off. Where did I want him positioned? I did save my little bits so that I can put the pink back in there. This is going to be a little fussy. This is caged fish at the most fussiness. I was going to put that right there. So I need to bring him over right here. I don't like this dark line right there, so I'm going to take that off. And I want him to come down. So he's dangling down quite a bit. I think I want him right about there. So that's where I want that. All right. So I need to use a damp brush. What I want to do is I want to take this black line off, and I want a torn edge there so it will blend better with the other piece that's going to be next to it. And I want a torn edge along this edge so I can see the image, but there's not a harsh straight line here. So I am going to take a brush paint a little line where I want it to rip without moving it, please. Right there. I want it, that's too wet, right there. And I am going to take that black bit off with an edge like that. All right. Put the brush in there so I can find it again. So let me take that off. See, I love this paintbrush, damp brush thing for getting exactly what you want off. Getting it off. And I have my damp line right there. It's easier if I just let it rip where I put it. I didn't put enough water. That's too much. I can kind of see it. Either I didn't put enough or I let it dry. All right. So pulling that apart, and I have to rip through that piece of paper there. I need all those little bits of napkin. Yeah, I let it dry. So what do I need it right here. Pull that apart. Nice torn edge. Torn edge blends better than a cut edge. All right. So I want him to be about there. Is that where I need him? A little bit past there. And then I can put this ripped edge over it like that. All right. I am going to glue that down. Wish me luck here, people. This one's a little too fussy for words, and I am not sure I have enough napkin to piece together get rid of all the white space. I want napkin down. All right. Alrighty. Now I want to make sure that I get these cuts back exactly the way they were, so you can't tell that I cut it apart. Perfect. Get the air bubbles out of there. Oh, I've got some wrinkles. That's the least of my problems. That might add a little bit of interest. I am not going to worry about those. I do have some glue on my packaging here. Dry it off. All right. Get that all glued down. I needed to glue this, so I am lifting those up, putting glue on them, and gluing them all down separately. They have white paper behind them so that the color of the napkin comes through without the dark image dulling the napkin. Let me glue that down. I glued the paper to the napkin already. All right. Now I've got these little dents here. And that one goes there. And that one goes there. So I am just going to rip that and carefully place it back so that there's pink there. Probably getting in front of the camera, so I'm trying to see what I'm doing. And same thing with this one. There's already some glue there, so I'm using that. Did I put them on the wrong sides? I don't think so. Doesn't want to go back though. All right. That looks a little strange, but it's going to have to do. It's going to have to do. This needs to come down just a little bit. Here we go. All right, I'm happy with that. All right, so I don't need those anymore. Okay. Next one I am going to do is I am going to put him down. And I want him, this is a torn edge here, I want that torn edge. Oh, you can see the layers of the napkin on top of each other. Is that going to distract me too much? There's no way that I can line up a torn edge perfectly. So I am thinking I am just going to leave that. So I want him right there. Let's put glue down. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to use all the napkin I can and just make it polka dotty, double layer it in places so I'm not too distracted with those that are overlapping others. Okay, so I should probably let it wrinkle a little bit because it looks kind of cool. It looks more party-like wrinkled now that I've flattened it out really nicely. All right. The next one I want to deal with is him. All right. I want him to be a little cut out. I want to be able to see the image. Let me put his hat there so that I know where to cut it out. And I need a torn edge right there and right here. So let's see if I can pull this off. Right there. Right here. Oops. And right about here, I want that napkin off. All right. Before it dries, pull that apart. Sorry if I'm not in frame. Trying to do this before it dries. much water on. All right. That over there. And get this ripped. Okay, and I want to cut his ear just in that area. Alright, so I'm going to fussy cut so I can see the image behind him. Talk about fussy, you guys. This is ridiculous. It really is. Hopefully it'll turn out alright. Alright. And if I don't have enough napkin, and even if I do have enough napkin, I am thinking that I might find some really festive little cupcakes. Add those to the page. I haven't found any yet, but I'm thinking about that. Alright, so this is where I want him. He is peeking up, and I am pretty happy with that. So let's get glue down. And so I'm not fussy gluing. I'm going to remember to glue his ear and his hat before I get it down there. Just like that. All right. And we want some wrinkles in this one, I think. When you're trying to put wrinkles in, it doesn't always work, right? Okay. Press down. Oh, see, this is looking cute. I don't usually do cute, but seam there. All right. Get the glue off of this and dry it off. All right. So my next one, I need to put him here, but I have fussy cut him out, so I need something underneath this so that there's not any white there, and I need to put stuff here. Actually, I could put torn edges over him, so I need to concentrate on putting something here. I need this napkin, so I am going to cut it off. Not exactly, but enough so that I can get to the napkin and use it. That's a big enough piece, almost big enough piece for up here. And I can use, it's not quite big enough here, so I'm going to have to piece this one together. That's all right. I want a torn edge. I want it to be about there. So pull that apart. I don't want those two straight edges. See how the straight edges, I mean, it really, you can really see that it is straight edge. So I am going to just put a little moisture on the end of that napkin just to make it not straight. And then put it there. All right. So then I need, this part is going up here. Probably put it that way. So I need a little bit to go right there. Let's see if I can rip this off so I have a torn edge. Is it wide enough? Probably not. Just wide enough. All right. So I need the edge to look like it's ripped. All right. All right, too much water. Let's try it again. Got water everywhere now. I need a straighter edge, please. Maybe if I rip it without water on it, I will like it better. There we go. All right. So, glue this one on. Glue this one on. Okay. Need this little bit here. Okay. I need that to be a little bit more fussy cut just to there. And I need to rip that away. Let's see what else I need to do here. Oh, that was a little bit too much. So I'll have to put something there because there's a little tiny bit of white showing. But I'm happy. I'm happy-ish. And then I'd have enough of the torn edge to go over this. It's not quite long enough. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. We're just going to have to make it work. I am putting this one on next. Now I wanted to show how to put glue on a napkin. Since I have a fussy cut edge here, I really don't want to glue my surface and then put the napkin there. I want there to be glue just on the napkin. So this is okay. I'm just going to put glue here now. And I want to put glue on the napkin. This takes some practice. Don't expect to do it on your first try. And the bigger the piece, the easier it is. Start from the center and gently put glue to the edge. You are putting moisture on your napkin, See, I'm wrinkling it up, making the napkin fragile. So be very careful. Lift it up. I'm gluing myself too. And then carefully place it right where you want it. I think I need some glue right there. I didn't put white paper behind this image so you can see the magazine page underneath it. It's got some wrinkles in it. It's a little darker. And that will happen. All right. We're getting there. We're getting there, people. So you can see it's not as light as this one because you can see the image from underneath. I probably should have put a little bit of paper underneath that. I don't think I can get it up now. It's just the way it's going to be. It'll be my example of what not to do because it is too fragile to get it up now. All right. So now I had a piece. Here it is. I was going to put right there. And then I'm going to start piecing these other itsy bitsy little bits around. So it looks like a party. Putting the torn edge down there, and I might just get away with, got some wrinkles in that one, yay. I might just get away with that. I am going to ink the edges, so that might work. All right. Let me rip off this bit of napkin so I have everything that I can use. I don't necessarily want this little llama piece here. And I'm just going to rip that off. I don't really want that. So I want anything that I can get. And I want them all to be ripped edges, no straight edges, because this page is overlapping the napkins and that is very distracting to me. I'm just going to add more little bits so it looks like it's supposed to be that way. It's going to look like a party. And I need to cover up this little white spot here too. Got glue on my fingers. It's not helping my situation. All right. Dry them off. Let me continue ripping all these straight edges before I start gluing down. All right. That's all ripped. I wish they would just rip in strips, but they don't. All the little ripped bits in one place so I don't make a huge mess. Very serious business. I cannot talk and rip edges off at the same time, obviously. Let me do all of them. And I'll show you what I'm going to do with all these little bits. I am going to glue the napkin bits to the page so I don't have glue everywhere, just in case it does not dry. I'm going to use every little bit that I can. Wonder if I could use that for that. It's awfully skinny. Can I get a ripped edge on the other side of this? Patience. Slow and steady wins the race. I think I'm going to be able to do it. And I'm getting all the little bits on my page, which is going to be troublesome later. Oh. It's not long enough. I need some more. Maybe if I dampen just the edge, it will pull apart. That seems to work. There we go. All right. Okay, let me get those little bits off before I glue them on. One more little bit here. And I'm going to take a look at it before I glue them on, just to make sure that I'm going to like it. Audition. Audition the bits. Okay, so what I'm going to do is add these little torn bits on top. In various places. So it looks like it was meant to be this way so that the overlapping bits don't stand out and make me crazy. I don't like it when I'm crazy. So I am going to use them all up. In different places. That's a weird shaped one. To distract from all the other lines. there. That there. I still might add a little bit of cupcakes. I don't like my 4 llamas. I wanted it just to be 3, but I don't think I could have covered the entire space with only 3. All right. That's what I am going to do. All right. So, let me get situated here. Those out of my way. I am going to carefully glue these bits to the page. Get that white spot all taken care of. Should have done some more of these long lines. I already have glue on my fingers. It's sticking to the napkin. Oops. Lifted that up. And I do think I am going to make a few of these a little bit more skinny. Maybe that one. Uh-oh. I don't know where I got that. Maybe that one. I must have got it right there. Sorry, it got real quiet. Serious business trying to figure out where you want your little dots, huh? Okay. Am I happy? It's good enough. It's good enough. I could do this all day long. All right. I need to make sure I've got no glue on my magazine where I'm trying to do this. It's difficult enough. It'll take me forever to glue these little bits down, but it will be worth it, I think. I'm using my flat part of my nail, my fingernail, to press stuff down instead of grabbing the packaging every time. Turn my page. Almost there. You guys surviving this? Almost there. Turn my page. Quite a bit of glue on there. And I've got glue on my fingers too, so let me wipe my fingers off. Oops. Tore that. That was a tiny little piece. I tore it because it stuck to my fingers. I think it's cute. Oh. Can you see that in the camera there? This one was a hard one to think out, work out, figure out. But I think it has worked out in the long run. Uh-oh. I don't want to lose any of my little bits. I want them all on there. The more the merrier. I've got one on my finger here. Where did that come from? My fingers are getting sticky again. Let me put one right there. Let me work on this corner. I really like that. That long one. So yes, you can put glue directly on the napkin with practice. You won't rip it to shreds. Make sure your magazine that you're gluing on is clean without glue because it will stick to the magazine. Where's the glue on that? That one kind of twisted up a little bit. There. And then when this gets dry, I will trim it up better because it still has some bad edges. Okay. Where was that supposed to be? We'll just put it right there. And these two little ones right there, and I think that is all of them. right. Is that all of them? It is. Used a lot of glue today. All right. Wow. So, that was very fussy. I don't recommend that. That was a little stressful, but I do like the results. So I am real happy with it. I got to use the llamas. My last llama napkin. Oh, look how cute that is. It's a llama party. Ah, I really like this one. It's going to be one of my favorites. I am thinking I might add some cupcakes if I can find some cute cupcakes that would go. That would go. So I'm going to let that dry flat and then I'm going to trim it up. Hope you enjoyed that, even though I was a little too fussy. Thanks for watching.